Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is June the 13th, 2025. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Happy Friday the 13th to ya. Hopefully things feel good in like a good kind of spooky way. Y'all know I'm not really a spooky guy, but I do love a good Friday the 13th. It's one of my favorite days of the year whenever they come up. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm happy. Hopefully the vibes carry and they feel good, whether you're listening to this on a Friday or whether you're listening to this on a Tuesday, whatever. Hopefully things feel very Friday for you. Let's see. Today is good. Today feels good. We called off for the day. That's why I'm recording earlier than normal, which is nice. I like that. Though I will say my days off might be fewer and far between, unfortunately. But that's neither here nor there. That being said, I've been enjoying the day. We got up early, went to the gym. It was heavy lift day, so we came in looking to get after it, and I was happy to do that. We did our max weight and it felt good. Still, I'm having that struggle in terms of like my bench press, in terms of like getting it all the way up and down and whatnot. But it felt smoother this Friday as opposed to last Friday, so we'll take it. I think it's just one of those things where, and people will tell you this, and I do think it's good advice to like kind of do warm up reps to get ready, get your body like really queued up for what you're trying to do, especially when you're trying to lift a heavier set. But for me, I don't like doing that. And maybe this is just very grug of me, very dumb. But I like to just get to my spot, do the thing that I came to do, and then move to the next thing. I don't like to do any kind of warm-ups. I tried that last week, and I didn't like it. I felt more gassed out, and it just didn't feel as effective. So that's kind of my thing. That's my path. Definitely not any fitness advice or anything like that. But yeah, overall, the gym felt good, felt solid. Now we are back home and we are yapping. So yeah, things are good. Let's go ahead and do our startup and we can go ahead and get into some news. It is nice that it is finally like getting warmer. Hopefully, I guess staying warmer. Right, we're in the middle of June, so it kind of makes sense that it would be, right? I don't know. Ooh. All right, let me have my sippy. All right. First story is coming out of CBS News. Iran launches drones at Israel as Israel attacks Iran's nuclear sites and top commanders, IDF says. Tehran launched more than 100 drones at Israel on Friday morning, Israel's military said, not long after Israel announced it had begun a major operation against Iran, with a wave of airstrikes targeting Iranian nuclear facilities, scientists, and senior military commanders. Israel Defense Forces, or the IDF spokesperson, Brigadier General Effie Defrin said, or maybe Effie Defrin, whatever, said in televised remarks that Iran had launched the drones and that Israel's air defenses were already working to intercept the threats. Later Friday, an Israeli military official told reporters that while the threat wasn't over, Israel had managed to intercept many of Iran's UAVs. The U.S. was not involved in Israel's strikes, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said, adding a warning that Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel. I do love this, though, because this dovetails against what Trump said. President Trump said in a post Friday morning on his Truth social media platform that he had given Iran chance after chance to make a deal with the U.S. on its nuclear program. But despite his warnings to Tehran that the alternative would be much worse than anything seen before, they just couldn't get it done. Essentially saying, he's like, yeah, I gave you guys like 60 days. This is day 61. So, like, and it's like, okay, so you're saying you're not involved in this, but this kind of goes to what I was saying yesterday. It's like you are equally complicit because you're allowing Israel to do this. Like, you knew very good and damn well what Israel was going to do. You then had, members of your embassy, your staff and shit leave, evacuate, get to safe places. Why? Because you knew the shit was going to go down. And then you let it. So at the end of the day, you are complicit. And now Trump is using that as like part of the thing. It's like, hey, it's not too late. There's still a little bit left to save. Like, you should come make this shitty little deal with me. So once again, it's the fart of the deal, at play here. I'm sure this isn't the last of it, though. I'm sure this is going to be continuing from both sides. Let's see here. I know that they said that they had hit scientists as well as military command. So there's that. I don't really want to go through any of the names of the military people that they have here. But, this was a pretty substantial escalation from Israel. I know I talked about yesterday how they've done this before. Also, correction. I said how Hodeida had gotten attacked last year, which is true, to my knowledge. But that was from Yemen. That wasn't Iran. So got that wrong. My bad. But them escalating to actually hitting nuclear sites, doing damage, that is an escalation. That is something they've been wanting to do for a very long time, but they've been kind of talked off of the ledge there. And it's like, no, you can hit these sites, you can hit these places, but don't do that because it's going to cause an escalation. It's going to make things worse. So, we do have this drone strike out of Iran. I'm sure that there's going to be more, but I don't know if that's just going to be more shock and awe style situation or not. I don't know. We'll see. And then we'll see, what the retaliation is from Israel after that, and this tit for tat back and forth. And if, how involved or how much more involved the U.S. is going to be. So, yeah, I wanted to start there. Let's move on to our next story from NPR. Protests erupt in Kenya's capital over blogger's death in police custody. Protests erupted across Kenya Thursday over the death of 31-year-old blogger Albert Ojwang. I think I'm getting that right. Might be getting that wrong. My bad. Who died in police custody under suspicious circumstances. Ojwang was arrested last week in Homa Bay in western Kenya after criticizing Kenya's Deputy Inspector General of Police, Uliad Lagat, on social media. Ojwang was transported over 200 miles to Nairobi, the capital, on Friday, where he died hours later. A former teacher turned blogger, Ojwang had been writing about Lagat's alleged involvement in a bribery scandal, which had previously been reported by the press. Police initially claimed that Ojwang hit his head on a cell wall, but an autopsy revealed he was tortured to death. Dr. Bernard Media, one of the 5 pathologists who examined Ojwang's body, said the cause of death is very clear. Head injury, neck compression, and other injuries spread all over his body that are pointing towards assault, and multiple soft tissue injuries. So it's crazy that one man said, hey, I'm going to actually post about this shit. I'm going to talk about this shit. I'm going to spread awareness. And then is scooped up by the police, tortured to death. And then it is made to try to look like, oh, he hit his head against a cell wall, And it's like, that's supposed to just be, okay. No. And it's good that the people have come out and said, no, fuck this. I mean, people in Kenya have already been out, in terms of protesting over, I believe the tax situation that was going on there. We've talked about it before. It's just been a minute. But let me go ahead and continue. I'm sorry. 6 police officers were on duty at the time of Ojwang's death. One has been arrested and charged with murder. 2 remain at large. Kenya's police watchdog, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, say more arrests are imminent. Anger over the killing spilled into the streets of Nairobi, where demonstrators blocked roads, set cars ablaze, and tried to march on Parliament as lawmakers debated the national budget. Riot police fired tear gas to disperse crowds. The unrest comes a year after anti-tax protests shook the country and left over 60 dead. Demonstrators say Ojwang's death has reopened wounds and fueled deepening public distrust in Kenya's police force. No justice, no budget, they chanted. Lagat must go, they said. Others held posters and copies of the major dailies, which all had front page stories about the death. So yeah, I mean, this is a very unfortunate situation. Very sad to see. And I mean, yeah, I'm getting a little anecdotal here. Like I definitely put myself in this person's shoes because I'm a person who likes to yap about things going on. So like, imagine I'm just talking my shit. I'm saying the things I found on the internet, things I discovered from reading some fucking articles, and I go out to say this shit, and then I get scooped up by the fucking police, and then I just get murdered. Like, goddamn, shit, I hope y'all come out for me if that happens ever. You know, let's knock on wood that it doesn't. Look, you know, I ain't trying to fucking get scooped up or whatever. You know what I mean? Please. Shit, I'm not even sponsored. Goddamn. But, you know, I definitely feel for Ojwang and his family. Goddamn, I can't imagine in that situation. It fucks me up a little bit. So, you know, hopefully the situation in Kenya gets better and improves. But let's go ahead. This is gonna be a shorter episode, so I have one more thing I wanted to cover. Gotta talk about some bad labeling and some good ice cream. I want to say good ice cream. I like Breyers. It's okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and take our last break, and we'll close it out. Ooh. All right, from Eating Well. Breyers ice cream is being recalled nationwide. Here's what to know. The Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, announced a recall on Breyers ice cream flavor, sold nationwide, according to a recent report. This is due to mislabeling causing an undeclared allergen. The ice cream product being recalled is a 1.5 quart carton of Breyers Rocky Road ice cream packaged in a Breyers chocolate truffle tub. While the tub bears the label of the chocolate truffle flavor, the lid is accurately labeled as Rocky Road flavor. The impacted cartons have a printed Best By date of July 10th of 2026 and a whole UPC with a bunch of numbers that we're not going to read through. Check your ice cream immediately, and if it matches the recall information, dispose of it or return it to your place of purchase for a possible refund. This recall was recently classified as a Class 2 recall, meaning that the product may cause temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences. I was actually surprised to see it at a Class 2. In my mind, I was like, oh, this is like a Class 1 thing, because it's like an oopsie-daisy. But I guess they deemed it more of a problem. So, I mean, hey, probably that's prudent. That's good. Let's see here. That more or less covers what I wanted to cover here. I guess that does make sense here with the sense of like, oh, there's nuts involved and people can have really severe nut allergies. That can definitely become a big issue. So yeah, there we go there. That's where I will leave it for today. Sadly, we got to talk about a little bad creaming incident. But yeah, no, that's all we got. If you'd like to help out, support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/IsaiahNews. Become a newsie today. Free ways to hit me up, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any other socials. Subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe or follow on TikTok, follow on Spotify, follow on Apple Podcasts, whatever platform you listen on. Leave a like, leave a cool comment. Sharing is caring. It's always helpful. It can be fun. But no, I really just appreciate you listening. And thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for being a friend. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.